Today I'm teaching all of you 8 different ways to become a better fighter. These techniques that I'm going to show you are designed to end fights in the fastest way possible, and I'm even going to teach you a secret way to get the mythic minigun every time. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you guys like and subscribe, but with that, let's get into the first tip of the video. Now in this meta, you need to end fights quickly because with the cars in the game, when you can fly around the map, third parties are inevitable. So I'm going to show you one of the best techniques that I use to end fights quickly. Right here, I'm going up against this player, Eminem. What I'm going to do is very simple. Now I see this player in a wood box. That means that I can either double swing in or I can spray in. It's going to be very easy for me. I also notice he doesn't have a cone in his box. That's the most important thing. Spray on the wall, catch myself on the floor, and I'm going to throw a ramp in his face. Now once I throw this ramp in his face, this guy has 3 options. He can go out left, he can go out right, or he can go out below him. I see 90% of the players always edit out left or right, and you can usually read their body language and anticipate it, but I read that this player is going to go out to his left, my right. So I make a wide edit, place a wall in front of me so that he can't place one in between me and him to block me. Wide edit it, place 2 cones above and below. This means that when he tries to edit and he walks into this box, he tries to build and he can't build anything. Now this obviously means that I can now pick up a free shot, but very important, after I take that shot, as you can see, he has a spaz. So I need to make sure I don't take any damage back. So I reset the wall. This means that when I reset the wall, he shoots it, and that means that I don't take any damage back. That's very important because I would have had to slow down that fight, and I would have had to med up. But since that doesn't happen, I can continue fighting and keep the speed going. Once I grab this wall in between me and him, I realize that he's backing up, and I know that he's not looking at me anymore. I realize the wall is mine. I make a simple wide edit because I know he's not looking at me, and he tries to make another wood box. Again, a mistake, and then I can just take up a free elimination. So make sure you guys are using techniques like this to end fights quickly. Let's talk about the mythic minigun. It is the best gun in the game right now, but obviously, how do you get the minigun every game? Today, I'm going to be showing you that. First off, you're going to be landing at this building just outside of the grotto. You're going to land in here and you're going to open the chest on the roof. Once you open the chest on the roof, jump over the back and you're going to go into this phone booth right here and you're going to be disguised. Once you get disguised, break this wall right here and you're going to get a henchman chest for free. Once you've looted the chest, you're going to sprint your way up, farm trees on the way, and then you're going to dive down into here. Once you dive down, you're going to aim for this spot right here. You're going to go into this door specifically, and you're going to either get the loot here. If it's already looted, that's fine. And then you're going to hang a left, and you're going to go up to this doorway right here. Now, once you get to this doorway, it's very important that you block off your back, because if someone sees you spraying the boss and they come from this direction, they can just shoot you in the back. Once you block off your back, you're going to place a ramp above you, and you're going to break this little wall right here. This means that when Eminem eventually walks into your path, because he always eventually walks through here, you can simply just spray him and then get his attention and then pick up a free kill. Also notice, he tries to throw grenades as soon as you spray him, and he can't even shoot you, and he also can't do damage to you. Notice how he's always going to miss when you're at this angle, and it just gives you a perfect peek to take him out and get the key card and then the mythic for free. Next up, let's talk about reading your opponent's body language and their reactions after damage. It's very important to understand that the way a player reacts due to opening damage is so important because you can determine if they're a good player or a bad player. Now, once I grapple over, this guy does peek and I'm able to snipe him, but the only reason I'm able to snipe him is because I bait him out to peek. Notice how he's not even trying to peek right here. The replay is a little bugged. He's a little lower than what it looks like on the replay. And then since I grapple, it now baits him to peek up, and then I can get a snipe on him, and now he's weak. Now, reading people's body language is super important after you get big hits of damage. Right here, this guy doesn't make any space whatsoever. He sits in the same box and he stays in his wood. If he would have had a different reaction, like building a tons of metal all around boxes, everything, I would have had a complete different reaction and I would have had to play this slower and smarter. But since he doesn't do that and he just covers his roof, I can then grapple over, carry my momentum. Notice how I slide into that and I b-hop. That means that I keep my momentum and I don't stop right here. I keep moving. I spray this wall, and then I look to spray this wall and grab a peanut butter. Once I do that, obviously I steal it, and then I crack him. Now he places the ramp. He flips it, obviously, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal it and place a cone. Then he's obviously hugging this wall, so it's great for me. I can jump and then take a successful second shot and then pick up a simple elimination. So now I want to talk about the importance of rotating early this season. Now, obviously, the grapplers are the only basic really good movement this season, but if you can get to zone early and hold others, it's not just about winning the game, it feeds you free kills, and I'm going to show you how it works. As you can see, zone is pulling over here. There's a little hill over here, and I see a bunch of builds. And as you can see, I've put myself on high ground in the front of zone. That means that everyone is going to have to move towards me. This guy right here, for example, random player gets sniped. Just because I'm in a great position, I don't have to worry about build fighting anyone. I can just freely look at people and just pick up free damage and free kills. Also, another thing, when you separate yourself from the rest of the lobby, it's really easy to see everyone else, and you can calculate where everyone is, and you can just kind of picture in your head where the most players are and where people are going to move to. How do you actually counter the minigun? The only way I know how to counter the minigun or the drum gun is by doing counter damage or holding out your shotgun, because no matter what, the player will always be able to keep pressuring you unless you do counter damage. Most people think that they're just going to hold out their builds and pray for their life because you can just bleed through and pick up eliminations, but if you can do damage back, you're going to find yourself picking up a lot of kills and picking up mythics. As you can see, I just got cracked there and I'm forced to go down. Notice how I do that grappler move again just to get distance, but I only have wood left, and that means that I basically have no choice other than to fight, and I can't get meds off because he'll bleed through. So I have to end this fight quickly. Now with the minigun, you move really slow. I think a lot of people forget that. You move very, very slow with the minigun, and that means that when they're spraying, they're often easy targets if you can outmaneuver them. Like here, this guy thinks I'm still in this box. I move to the right, get here. That means I can get one shot off. I've now gotten him a little more weak on HP. He's now trying to spray in again. I get another shot. We're both cracked now. And then I can finish off that fight. Very close, but I do end up winning it. And now I have the minigun that allows me to go on, spray the rest of the lobby, and then I'm able to pick up a free win. Now, as I mentioned last video, the pullout times of shotguns are insane. So you need to be very creative with the way that you do damage and take damage. As you can see, this guy steals my roof and he's going to edit on me. Now, instead of backing off and letting him edit on me, I'm going to keep my crosshair on him. This means that when he edits, I have the pullout time advantage and I can shoot him before he can shoot me. That means that I crack him. Then, before he can do anything, I place two walls in front of me, and then I place a cone above him and a cone below him. This means that again, when he tries to build, he has nothing to build, and then I can take a final shot and then pick up an elimination. So now I'm going to talk about how to actually use the grappler properly. As you can see, I'm getting held in zone by this guy right here. He has the minigun, he has a sniper, he's stacked. And if you just grapple in the open, you obviously are really exposed and you're just floating in the air for a long time where you can't do anything. So what I recommend instead of just grappling in the air is trying to find a downwards angle and jumping and then grappling. This will throw you against the ground, and what you're going to do is then slide into it. As you can see, this speeds your movement speed up insanely fast, and I've just covered all of that distance with one grapple. I've gone all the way over here with a one grapple instead of using like 3 or 4. This will just effectively also allow you not to take damage. Notice how now I've now gotten in front of this player and I can hold them. So if you have a keyboard and mouse and you bind scroll wheel to the break, basically all you do is you scroll as fast as possible in one direction, and all it's going to do is literally just send you up in the air. Now when it sends you up in the air, you can literally just look all around. Notice how once I get in there, I can literally just look around and I can just start to look at where everyone is. And if I can see someone, then I can start to push them. You can also just do this to pick up third-party eliminations very simply, like the one right here. I just third-party this guy and then I can just pick up a free elimination. Also, it is the best rotation tool in the game, but I will warn you, if you do not have a grappler and you're doing this, if someone breaks your car and you fall, you will die. So make sure that you have a grappler if you're going to do this glitch. Now that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure that you guys like and subscribe. And if you guys do want to see more content like this, go check out these 2 videos. And with that, I'll see y'all later. Peace.